this point. They get to the very top. They're trapped. And she's like, what are we going to do once they make it to the top? And he's like, I'm going to make it, but I'm going to have to use you or whatever, and grabs her and throws her off the water tower. And then we get one of the craziest shots ever. It's just the fucking malformed woman jumping off the water tower, like going to grab her. Like
they were dragging her down to the ground.
Like she's fucking Spider-Man.
Doing the Andrew Garfield right now, bro.
Not the weights. She's got a lower center of gravity. That's why she got her quicker. But then we find out that Tess didn't die, and Justin Long's character AJ's like, damn, I had to do that. You just slipped. And then the lady got up, smashes his head, splits his head apart, which, excellent. And then honestly, it was a pretty sad scene whenever she was like, because she was like so fucked up, and she was trying to get Tess back to the house, and she was like, fuck no. And she like just kind of held the gun up to her head, and she was like, dude,
is that earlier in the movie?
No, I think that's what she said. It's like, damn. It is kind of sad. But, I mean, she puts her out of her misery, and then we get an excellent end credit song, Be My Baby, and that's Barbarian. It's fucking...
She walks off into the streets
of Detroit. I was going to say walk off into the sunset, but walks off into the night of Detroit.
So, like, I guess I'll talk about, not really... Okay, this doesn't go towards my score of the movie, but like Justin Long's character owns this Airbnb, and if this woman comes out at night, so does the cleaning lady who usually comes that didn't show up this time just always find shit laying around for people who have stayed there and been mommy milked?
Mommy milked.
Like,
good point.
That's one thing that crossed my mind watching it.
That or like how many people are actually staying in that Airbnb, in the middle of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
It's interesting to kind of think about where all the other like victims are, like what he done with them, like all of the breeding partners that he had, like what came of them and stuff like that. It does, beg some questions, but really fucking solid movie, and it's a damn shame that there's no physical release of it.
That's wild.
I know I've seen a VHS, but not like an official like VHS, but those other companies that'll press them.
Like,
like other formats.
For those movies, they should do like merch and stuff for them. Could you like imagine a like bright red fucking like crew neck or hoodie with Barbarian on the fucking front of it and stuff like that with the physical release? Like certain stuff like that is so cool.
Exactly. And the dude that directed this, Zach Kreger, he comes from a comedy background. I don't know if y'all had ever seen, my sister showed me this like way back in the late 2000s, but The Whitest Kids You Know, he's like a big like comedy sketch group, and he was a part of it. And it's really interesting seeing like how some like comedic personalities can make like some of the best horror. And horror that's got comedic aspects, like they can balance it well. It doesn't lean too far into the other. It's like Get Out, Nope, Us,
Jordan Peele,
Barbarian. Yeah, and just other kind of directors in that same vein. But I gave it 4 out of 5. Tyler, interestingly enough, our scores mirrored each other, which is very rare. But like
mine
4
went down
same.
this time. So it was a 4.5, and I took it to 4.
Same. Was there? So what was like